燃える玉炎を上げて暗闇切り裂く光のつぶい嵐の中が進む心の叫び響かせ無限の力解き放ち絆でない空へ飛び立つ日まで希望の風に乗って勇者の物語今から戦場の鼓動を感じて共に駆け抜ける仲間たちと進む本流のような情熱空をかける翼自由の風感じてみようセットがアピアを感じて何度倒れても立ち上がる
In the dead of night, when the stars align and the moon casts its glow on the ocean's brine, there sails a ship with a fearsome sight, for Blackbeard rises on his plundering flies, on his plundering flies. Blackbeard sails a night under the moon's cold light, with his crew of shadows they plunder and they fight. Their cannons roar and sails unfurl as they conquer the seas in a whirl. With a beard black as midnight and eyes aflame, Blackbeard's name strikes fear with no shame. His ship the Queen adds revenge, a sight to behold, as it strikes terror in the hearts of the brave and the bold. Blackbeard sails at night under the moon's cold light, with his crew of shadows they plunder and they fight. Their cannons roar and sails unfurl as they conquer the seas in a whirl. There's no set sail. They'll plunder and pillage with ruthless might, for Blackbeard sails at night. But beware, these souls will cross their path, for Blackbeard's wrath brings only wrath. With cutlass and pistol, they'll take what they please, leaving nothing but wreckage on the seas. Under the moon's cold light, with his crew of shadows, they plunder and they fight. Their cannons roar, their sails unfurl as they conquer the seas in a whirl. So if you hear the cannons roar in the dead of night, know that big sails in this relentless fight. For he's the terror of the seas, a force to behold. That big sails at night.
What is going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome back to a new year. It is 2025, the first stream of 2025, and my camera is all held fucked up right now. I wish I could fix this damn thing. Hold on a second. Let me fix this here. Let me fix this issue that I'm having here. Hang on a second. Hang on, just a minute here. Hang on. There we go. Let me see if we can fix it here. There. Is that fine? Does that work here? Are we good? Good. All right. What's going on, guys? This is Matt the Misfit. This is the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. This is the Piledriver Pulse episode, whatever fucking number I am. I'm so, off of numbers. So, first of all, I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. 2025 is going to be insane for the world of pro wrestling. We got history being made tomorrow night. I'll know more on that later on. That's going to be happening. I'm going to talk about that at the end of the show. This show in particular, we're going to go through not one, not two, but three shows. That's all right. Three huge shows that happened this week, or this weekend, rather. That being, obviously, Marigold, Wrestle Kingdom, and Wrestle Dynasty. I am also going to talk a little bit about the STARDOM show, because I did watch that, because that does have some significance on what happened on Wrestle Kingdom. I think, not Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty. Well, a little bit of Wrestle Kingdom, but also more towards Wrestle Dynasty. First, I want you to do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Comment down below. If you're in the chat, type in whatever question you got for me. And this show and what we're going to talk about here. Subscribe. Same thing, youtube.com/Misfit Wrestling Podcast. Piledriver Pulse on Twitter. You know the deal. The deal. It's all in the description down below. Huge shows. We're going to start things off with Marigold in just a little bit, but I do want to bring in some news here. Tomorrow, I have decided big night for the entire world of professional wrestling, a big night for us YouTube wrestling content creators, commonly referred to as the YWC. We got a big night for us tomorrow. Netflix. Yes, Monday Night Raw will be live for the first time ever on Netflix. The first wrestling program to be streamed on the platform. And what I'm going to do tomorrow, it's already up on the channel. You can look it up. Set for tomorrow. Right now I have it set for 7:45. I will go live and we'll be doing a full-blown watch-along for this historic occasion. That's going to happen tomorrow. And then immediately after that, I will end that stream and go into a review. So that is the plan for tomorrow. I'm not going to do watch along for NXT. That will be a separate review because it's also going to be, that's basically like a pay-per-view as well, New Year's Evil. And then SmackDown. The first SmackDown post Netflix era. Obviously, Joe Tessitore is going to be over there doing his thing. The first 3 hours of SmackDown was last week. Very good stuff here. What's going on, John Elite? I'm going to save the WWE talk for the end of the stream because this is mainly going to be about Marigold, Wrestle Dynasty, and Wrestle Kingdom. But I'll answer that question at the end of the stream here. So I got my Dr. Pepper here. A little thirsty. A little cold, too. I don't know the exact temperature, but it is cold. So, we're going to start with the shortest card first, which is Marigold. Marigold had their first Dream show. My good friend Jason Ingram went to that show. A little jealous. I saw him. I saw him on the Stardom stream. I seen him. I don't think I saw him on Wrestle at the Tokyo Dome, but he was there and all that stuff here. But so I'm looking at. I don't know why I'm looking at Wrestle. I don't know why I was looking at Stardom, different show. So first Dream, 1,830 people went to the Oraseri General Gymnasium in Tokyo, Japan. January the 3rd. I did watch, but I didn't watch it. I did hear about Pro Wrestling Noah, and the horrible match that Shinsuke Nakamura had with I don't remember who the guy's name is. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, I'm not reviewing Noah. I'm just letting you know because I haven't watched the show, so I can't judge. I haven't seen yet, but I did watch First Dream. I did watch Marigold's First Dream. Again, took place on January 3rd. This is one of their big shows of the year. I believe they did announce Marigold Las Vegas, too, on this show, I believe. We had a total of 8 matches. Not really any pre-show matches. We had every championship was on the line. Only one title changed, or no, only one title didn't change hands, and that being the GHC Women's Championship. We'll talk about that shortly because there's some small thing that happened on there, which was kind of scary. But we'll talk about that a little bit here. So we're going to start things off here with this New Year's Dream Rumble match, which had the participants were as followed. We had Yuki Masahiro, Yuki Minami, Misa Matsui, Hummingbird, Ria Sato, Naoya Yamada. If I butcher some of these names, I do apologize. I'm not familiar with quite a few of these names yet. So, again, I do apologize. Ryoko Sakimura, Chichibana, Himiko Hoshi, I believe that's I think we got that right. Did I say? Yeah, exactly. Riara, Mocha, Hanazozo, Nightshade, and Flying Penguin. This was all right. It's kind of like it was structured like So Stardom, I don't know if they still do them. I don't think they do anymore, but I mean, they probably do, just not a lot. No, actually they do because they did one for I think they did one for let me look here for the start crossover. I could be wrong though. Let me look that up here because I do think they did one here, but I know they did one the first one. They didn't do one for the first. So So they didn't do one for the second one, but they did do one for the first one. And it's basically like that. Basically, it's basically like a Royal Rumble, but the pinfall is involved. Same situation, you can be thrown. Oops, sorry, you can be thrown over the top rope, both feet touching the floor, or you can get pinned or submitted or whatever. So that's what happened here. New Japan has the same thing with their Rambo that we saw the next night on Wrestle Kingdom. We'll talk about the Wrestle Kingdom one in a little bit, but yeah. So fun little match. Not it was your typical Joshi Rumble match where people got to shine here. I loved seeing Yuki Minami. She's growing on me a little bit. Like see Misa Matsui. I do like Misa Matsui. But the winner of the match ended up being Yuki Masahiro. Now, I should point out what we got here. What was that? I don't even know what that was here. What just happened? Okay, so I don't know what just happened. I don't think I have my I had the alert. The fuck? The fuck was that? The hell was that? Okay, so apparently I have alerts up and I cannot see what they are. Hold on, let me see. Hang on a second. Let me see. Can I see the alerts? I don't know. Let me go look. See, now I don't even know if I have my alerts up here. Hang on a second. Let me look that up here because apparently I have my alerts set up, and I do not. There we go. Look for my alerts here. Do I have that? I don't know. I don't know if I have that set up now because that scared the shit out of me just now. Going live right now. That fucking came out of nowhere. Do I have alerts up? I don't fucking know. Did any alerts pop up in a second? I don't know. Give me a second here. I gotta do this live now because I don't know what the fuck happened just now. So give me a second. Give me about a second here. Alert box here. So let's go here. Let me look. I can find them here. Give me a second. What is this? I don't even know what this. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so let me see if I can find it here. Let me see. So I'm testing some things here. Give me a second. Hold on a second. Let me test something here. Give me about a second here. I was not prepared to do that, so I don't know what the fuck happened here. Apparently I got alerts on, but I can't see them. So let me launch alert box here. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck just happened here, but let me see here. All right, I'm trying to. Here we go. Hang on a second. I may have to turn alerts off because I don't know why I can't see them. I don't know why I can't see my alert box here. That is weird. All right, so I'm probably just gonna turn alerts off here, since I cannot see the damn thing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if anybody subscribed. I don't know what happened, so I'm gonna have to. Well, I don't have super chats. I gotta enable the donation stuff here because I don't have that yet. Uh, let me see. Let's test it here. Subscriber. Testing that here. I'm just seeing some stuff here. Give me a second, guys. I was not prepared for this. That's weird. Second, let me. All right. Why do I have? Why can I double hear this? Why am I hearing it again? Shit. All right. So I'm probably going to have to turn off the alerts here because I don't know what the fuck is happening. I cannot see shit, so I'm just going to turn off the alert box. So, I have to turn off alerts. I'm sorry. I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. If somebody subscribed here, so I don't know what the fuck just happened. I do apologize. So let's get back to the review. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, so Yukimashi Hero won. No, again, this whole match was not about there was no like not sure. See, I don't know what's going on now. So I lost my train of thought because I was not prepared for the alert box to happen. I don't know why it didn't start up or anything. I can't see anything, so I don't know what happened just now. That was weird. But if anybody, but anybody subscribed, you know, if it did, thank you. If not, ghosted. I don't know. so, so who knows? Anyway, so this Rumble match was not really for anything. There's no title matches like for it. So I guess they just won it just to have it. It's not like when we get to the New Japan Rumble for Wrestle Kingdom, but yeah, again, I thought it was fine for what it was. We started off the show. Well, not the show, but we started off the next match was Mirai defeating the newcomer, Sareee Yamamoka. She was having a debuting match, and what a debuting match this was for a first-time match for this woman who is, I believe, if I can find it, she is 18 years of age, very young. I believe she is now the same age as Hina and Rena, I believe. But fun, excellent little match here to get her acclimated with the fans and stuff. So, I obviously got the win here. Again, what I loved about this is them getting said Yamamoka, acclimated with how things work here and all that stuff here. Good to see Mirai doing something after losing tag titles. Obviously, they lost the tag titles to the Dark Wolf Army. We'll get to them in just a little bit here. But yeah, what do you? Let me know what you guys thought about this match. I thought it was a little fun. Again, you know, I'll have to go back and watch this match in particular because there were some matches that I missed. You know, this is interesting. The Katsuyori Shibata. I will actually read this here when we get to the Wrestle Dynasty thing here. So that's very interesting for what I read there. But anyways, I don't mind seeing what's next for Yamamoto. We'll see where she gets into her years here. This is her first match of many. I would like to see her test her skills next with somebody like Utami or obviously we don't know who's around. Obviously, you know, not Utami, but you know, Sareee and Mikoano and all those people. Yeah. First championship match of the night, the Marigold Superfly Championship. Natsumi Shosaki, one of my personal favorites, took on who is a Stardom veteran of herself. Obviously, we know her run at Stardom, which was the Goddesses of Stardom Tag Team Champions with Kairi Sane. By the way, shout out to Kairi Sane. Hope she gives a speedy recovery. She had some type of arm injury wearing a cast. She posted that out on social media around Friday night sometime. So again, speedy recovery to Miss Shosaki. Not Shosaki, Miss Kairi. She took on Victoria Yuzuki in a match that was 13 minutes and 14 seconds. This was a lot of fun. I love the high-speed division in any type of company, whether it's WWE, whether cruiserweight division, or well, they don't have a cruiserweight division now, but because everyone basically is a cruiserweight now. Not sliding it, but I'm just saying that's how the thing is now. And with Stardom in the high speed championship, and then the high speed division, and then the junior division with I knocked something over with New Japan. So yeah, so you know, I love that stuff here. And this match here was no exception. I love Victoria Yuzuki. Yuzuki grew on me in Stardom. I really thought she was going to be the one, and I bring this up all the time when talking about Yuzuki. I really thought she was going to be one of the people to beat Reina eventually for the future Stardom Championship. That ended up being Miyu Amazaki, but Yuzuki finally earned her first championship, her first singles title, defeating Shosaki, and it was a great match. I enjoyed this for what it was. A lot of people didn't seem to enjoy it that much, but I quite enjoyed it. Shosaki, like I said, continues to impress. She keeps getting better. She is only, how old is she currently? She's only 19 years of age. She's going to keep getting better. And I'm just saying, she's going to get better with the talent that she has. So Shosaki is always great. Yeah, so again, loved it. Quite enjoyed it. Not a lot of other people seem to enjoy it that much, but I quite enjoyed it for what it was here. Next up, we had Bozilla and Tank. They took on, by the way, I don't know who the fuck Tank is, so I couldn't, so, you know. But Bozilla and Tank defeated, believe it or not, surprisingly. Not really that surprising, but Nozuki and Chiaki for the Twin Star Tag Team titles. I love Nozuki Nagasawa, Nagasia shows Nozuki. I love her. She's great. Obviously, she wrestles for Neo Japan Ladies Pro Wrestling. No, she doesn't. No, she did. She started there. Currently wrestles for Pro Wrestling Wave. Is she a former? Yeah, she's a former Wave champion two times over. But this was, I thought this was a lot of. This wasn't great by any stretch of the means. Bozella's. I like Bozella. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck Tank is, so I can't really comment on her at all because I've never seen her before until this show. I've seen Bozilla. Bozella's had some very good, entertaining matches. She was the first person to beat. She was the very first person to defeat and pin Sareee and not Noah and fucking what was that? What promotion are we talking about right now? Marigold in the Dream Star tournament. So she's one of two now, obviously, but I mean, I guess it made sense to take the titles off of Dark Wolf Army, but I like the name too. Dark Wolf Army is pretty cool. What do we see? What's next for Nozuki and Chiaki? I don't know. I can see Nozuki going after the United National Championship, and I could also see. Excuse me. I can also see Chiaki going after the same title. So, she reminds me. Looking at her, she does remind me a little bit of Riho in a little bit in a way. I think this is the wrong wrestler I'm looking at here. This is I was looking at a different Chiaki. And I can see her also going after the United National Championship, or she can go after the GHC Women's title, but we'll talk about that one in a second. But again, it's all right. I mean, it wasn't really supposed to, it was more so to showcase Tank, because no one's ever seen Tank before. So it was something, I tell you that. It was a match. It was definitely a match that wasn't really that good. Yeah. It was basically your standard giant team squashes the champions type match that Rossy Ogawa just cannot get away from, unfortunately. Yeah. Next up, we had a tag team match. We had the odd name of the Passion Sisters, because that's how she likes to call herself, Passioner. The prick, Nanae Takahashi and Ishikawa. They defeat the team of Meiko Satomura and Yuna. I love Meiko Satomura so much. She's on her farewell tour that ends in in April. Not only is she on her farewell tour, so is Nanae Takahashi, who is going to be retiring in 2025. The month after, believe it or not, Meiko Satomura. Who is her retirement match with, by the way? Look here. I think it's Mikoata. I think it's Mika Iwata, I think. Let me see who it is. Who is her final match with? Let me look here. So our final match is taking place on July the 29th. I don't entirely know who her opponent is. Oh, is this who she's wrestling? So she. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so I figured out. So it's actually her. The opponent she's wrestling is Sonoko Kyoto. So I, for some reason, thought it was Miko Iwata. I don't know why. Unless I heard that match was happening somewhere else. But this is a lot of fun. I enjoyed this. As you guys know, I'm not the biggest uh, fan of Nanae Takahashi for obvious reasons, but I will admit that this match was a lot of fun and I quite enjoyed it. We did find out that Nanae Takahashi and Miko Satomura are going to have one more singles match against each other. February, I want to say. I know they announced this match, but I don't actually remember the actual date. Let me look this up now while I'm on the air. So Miko Satomura versus Nanae Takahashi. That was announced. If I can find it here, give me a second. Oh, here we go. It's from time. Okay. Oh, so January 31st. Uh, Giant Baba Memorial Show. So, took me a second. I did find it. uh, so yeah, that's gonna take place on January 31st. I believe that's I believe that's the day before. Yeah, the day before the Royal Rumble. So, if you want to watch that, you can watch that as well. But yeah, I quite even though, like I said, even though I'm not the biggest Takahashi fan, I did enjoy the mixture ups between Mako and Nanae. Mako Satomura is one of the greatest legends to ace up a pair of boots, and it sucks that we're getting to that point where we're getting to the end of her career. Two goats and retiring this year. Her and John Cena, obviously, and also we have Hiroshi Tanahashi in his retirement tour as well. He'll be retiring at Wrestle Kingdom next year. But again, lovely little match here. 16 minutes and 46 seconds. By the way, I should might as well give my ratings for some of these matches here. For the Rumble, I'll give it a good three and a half out of 5. Fun thing there. Same thing here. I guess this was a good 3.5 here for the Mirai match. I enjoyed the Shozuki match here, so I'm gonna go with that one with a good 4. The tag team title match, I give it a good 2.5. This other tag match here with the Passion Sisters and Mako, I'll give this one a good. I give this one a good 4 as well. Match that was kind of disappointing, and it's not their fault. So we had the GHC championship here, which was going off good. And then Koki Amarei was defending her championship against Shiko Goto. The match was going good for the first 5 minutes of it, and then I guess Koki Amarei was gonna go for some type of, I think she was she went for like a drop kick or something, and she slipped or something or another, and I guess her knee buckled or something along the lines here, and then the match kind of fell apart after that. And she did tweet out. I don't actually have the tweet in front of me, but I'm hoping that she's not seriously injured and it's just a stinger, where she'll be able to come back stronger. Because after the match, both parties were not very happy here. Shiko Goto looked at try to get a rematch because she was not happy about it, and they will do a rematch between the two, probably in the Pro Wrestling Noah ring. But I agree. This would have been this. I was very looking forward to this match here because I like Shiko Goto and I love Kouki Amarei too. So, yeah, I was very disappointed, not by them match, but by their performance, because it was just out of their you know uh, uh, out of their hand there. So because we did have Mujifara for Marufuji there. I almost butchered his name. I don't know why, but we have Marufuji there. I guess he's in charge of some stuff. I don't know. Let me look here. Let me see what Marufuji's role in Pro Wrestling Noah is. Let me look here. The Marufuji. So he's the vice president. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. So yeah, so hopefully they have a better match. Depending on whether Kouki Amarei is not that seriously injured. If she's not, hopefully we have a better match than we had here. Unfortunately, I have to give this one a 3 stars. That's being generous only, but yeah, I couldn't really do much about that here. This was a title retention, not the brightest title retention, but it was a title retention. One of my favorite matches of the weekend so far was this match in particular here, Marigold's the United National Championship on the line. Mikuano, one of my absolute favorites. Where I was a little upset that she didn't win any awards for the year-end awards, but there's always this year. She defended her title against Mai Sakurai, and Mai Sakurai ended up picking up her very first singles title. Yes, I was very surprised to learn this was her first singles title. She's actually only had one championship outside prior to the Twin Star titles, where she, along with Julia and Thekla, were the artist Stardom champions. And then she obviously won the Twin Star titles with Mirai. But this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. A lot of back and forth here with this stuff here. There were some finishes in this match, false finishes. I was like, I don't know about that. The kicking out at one of the Styles clashes is certainly a choice. I wouldn't have done that, but they did it anyway. Thankfully, I was very surprised that no match on this show went to a time limit draw. If there was one match I thought they were going to go to a time limit draw, would have been this one. But in the end, Mai Sakurai ended up picking the victory in a very fun 4.5 star match here. Probably one of my favorite Mai Sakurai matches, most recent of her runs. I also love, like I said, I also did love her match with Utami in the finals of the Dream Star. And I believe there's another Mai Sakurai match. It could have been for the New Blood Tag Titles. I don't know. But I'm so happy that Mai Sakurai is coming along a little bit. She's doing a little bit better than what she was doing in Stardom, which is great, and I love that for her. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that match. I give this one a good solid 4.5 star match for the United National Championship. What's next for Miku Ano? I would move her on to the world title picture. Because she did great. She did phenomenal stuff with that title. That's considered like the workhorse title. You know how the Intercontinental title was for Gunther, obviously, but obviously back in the day for the WWF, and also the IWGP Intercontinental title with Nakamura and whoever else held that title. And then obviously the Wonder of Stardom Championship, which is currently held by Starlight Kid. So But I think Mikuano's gonna move. She might get her get a rematch beforehand with Mai Sakurai, but I think Mikuano's gonna move on to the main world title picture, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I would love to see her against Utami Hayashishita, who won the the Marigold World Championship from Sareee, being the second only person to pin Sareee in the STARDOM, not STARDOM, in Marigold. Utami made history, being the first and only woman in history to win the World of Stardom Championship and the Marigold World Championship, and also being the first and only woman to win the Dream Star and 5-star Grand Prix. So, congratulations to Utami Hayashishita. She is finally back on her throne, where she belongs. It's been so long since we've seen that woman in the top spot with a world championship with a singles title in general, but mainly a world title. She's now the Crimson Red champion, which is good. I'm so happy to see that. Unfortunately, what I'm not happy to see is them going straight into a world title match with Tank. Man, Utami's got her work cut out for her. She's going to try to make that woman look like $1 million. I don't know if she'll be able to. I don't think even I can make that happen. So yeah. But I enjoyed the main event of this show here. Good. I'll give this one a good. I'll give it a good 5-star match for me. For me personally. We are finally getting a little bit closer to peak Momo Watanabe. Not Momo Watanabe. We'll talk about her later. But Utami. So far, I thought this was going to be a great weekend for former Queen's Quest members. Obviously, it started off with Sayaka Tani winning the red belt, and then her fellow Aphrodite tag team partner, her former leader, Queen's Quest leader, Tommy, winning the red belt. And I thought Azumi was going to walk away with the IWGP Women's title. That didn't happen. We'll talk about that. And then Momo Watanabe capping it off with winning the International Women's Cup thing. So we'll talk about that. But overall, I enjoyed First Dream. It was a fun little show. It wasn't better than, I'll tell you this, it was not better than Summer Destiny. I loved the Summer Destiny a little bit more because you had the Utami Hayashishita match with the Io Sky. You had Julia and Saturday, Julia getting submitted and stuff like that. So, and that awesome match between Mirai and Mirai and Mikuano. And then I think there was another match on that show. The Superfly Championship match was pretty fucking cool too. So, but again, for this show, I enjoyed it. Moving on now. So, all right. So we're moving on to Wrestle Kingdom 19. Last ones of the 19s. We won't call it that. We had 9 matches in the main card. And we had one pre-show match, which was the New Japan Rambo. Oh, I thought it was Rando. Apparently it's Rando. I thought it was Rambo. The new stipulation was because the Great Khan vacated and retired the what the fuck was the title that he vacated? The KOP championship vacated. I don't know why he vacated it, but he vacated it after I don't know. He announced the retirement of the title, and then this match ended up becoming a number 1 contenders match for the championship. And I believe let's see who the competitors were in this particular match. So we had Hirooki Goto, we had Ali Zayn, the Great Khan, we had Tenzan, we had Josh Barnett, Kenta Oleg Boltin, Sonata, Kojima, Taichi, Togi Makabe, Hamana. We had Tomohiro Ishii, Toriano, Yoshihashi, Yuji Nagata, and Yujiro Takahashi. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but my favorite thing about this entire thing was the fact that Hirooki Goto is getting a world title match again. Let's go. I've been waiting for Hirooki Goto to get a world title match. Let's see. Let me see. When was the last time Hirooki Goto had a world title match? Let's see. Let me look here. IWGP. So the last time he had, let's see. The last time he had so the last time he challenged for the IWGP Championship was back in 2016, February 11, 2016, at New Beginnings in Osaka, where he lost to then champion Kazuchika Okada, and he has not had a shot at the title since then. And he won it here, and I'm very happy that he did because I was very excited when he did that. And let's see, what other titles did Hirooki Goto win, by the way? Because I think Hirooki Goto, let's see. Let me look here. Okay, so he wasn't there. See, I wasn't sure. The other night I was trying to remember if he was an Intercontinental Champion or not, but he was. So let's look at the title resume of Hirooki Goto. He's a 2-time IWGP Intercontinental Champion, 1-time Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion with Minoru Tanaka. I almost said Suzuki. He is a 5-time IWGP Tag Team Champion, once with Shibata, and 4 other times with Yoshihashi as a part of oh my god, Bushimon. He's a 5-time Never Openweight Champion. He's a 2-time Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Champions with Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Yo. He's a strong openweight tag team champion with Yoshihashi. He had a lot of Yoshihashi stuff here. He won the G1 Climax in 2018. He won the New Japan Cup in 2009, 2010, 2012. He won the World Tag League in 2012 with Carl Anderson. Then again in 2014 with Shibata. Then he won it 3 years in a row with Yoshihashi, the World Tag League, a Young Alliance Cup in 2009, 2020. 2005, he won the J Sports Crown Openweight 6-man Tag Tournament in 2011 and 2010 with Prince Devitt, now known as Finn Balor, and Taguchi. He won the Samurai TV Openweight Tag Tournament with Yuji Nagata, and the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team MVP award he won with Minoru Tanaka. So that's a big lot of accolades there for Mr. Hirooki Goto. Now, Hirooki Goto, I believe the last time he wrestled the current IWGP champion, which is, I believe it is Zack Sabre Jr. Let me see when the last time that happened. So, he wrestled Zack Sabre Jr. It was a one-on-one match. I'm trying to find it here. So, the last time that they wrestled each other was in the G1 Climax 2 years ago, and Zack Sabre Jr. beat him. Now, I'm going to go all the way back to 2017. And actually, no. So now that we know that Hirooki Goto has a shot at the world title, the win-loss record against Zack Sabre Jr. is not great. So Zack Sabre Jr. has beaten Hirooki Goto. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and he is 5-2 against Zack Sabre Jr. No, he's 2-5 against Zack Sabre Jr. The only wins that he has against Zack Sabre Jr. was in the 2017 G1 Climax, where he beat him 10 minutes there, and then retained the Never Openweight title in 2017 at Sakura Genesis. And then, so yeah, there is story here with Zack Sabre Jr. and Hirooki Goto. If you know what, I'm gonna say it right now. I personally would put the title on Hirooki Goto. I think it's the year for Hirooki Goto. No more pussyfooting around. It's time to do something with Hirooki Goto this year. I'm getting tired of it. A lot of people are getting tired of it. There was always a running joke with Hirooki Goto that he would always get there and never win the big one. We kind of were getting to that point with Micah until she won the championship at Dream Kingdom 2 years ago. So, I'm just glad. I'm glad that they went with Hirooki Goto, because I would have been pissed. And nothing against Great Okan, but I would have been very, very upset if they went with Great Okan retiring the KOPW title, and then him being handed a championship match. It would have pissed me off. But I'm glad they didn't. So we had the four-way Tokyo Terror ladder match for the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles. It was the defending champions, the Intergalactic Jet Setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida. They defended the tag team titles against the two people who actually won the fucking tag league, the Ishiban Sweet Boys, Robbie Eagles and Fujita. They also took on Catch 22 JPT, TJP, sorry, and Francesca Akira, and then Bullet Club War Dogs, Gorilla Maloney, and Clark Connors. Prior to this match, we found out that Kevin Knight and TJP's contracts with New Japan are coming up here, and I would like to think that played a part in Intergalactic Jet Setters losing their tag team titles. The match was entertaining. Not my favorite type of ladder match here, but New Japan isn't known for their ladder matches. They don't have a lot of them. I wasn't even impressed this was going to be a TLC match. It was not. It was just a ladder match. But again, New Japan doesn't have a lot of these types of matches here. Neither does Stardom. Actually, I don't see a lot of Japanese promotions doing ladder matches. But for what it was, 13 minutes and 4 seconds, it was all right. It was fun. It was a little fun. It was fine. I enjoyed some pieces of it. I tell you one thing, Japanese ladders are a little bit scarier than American ladders. I'll tell you that one right now. But the Ishiban Sweet Boys walked away with the tag team titles. Of course, the Ishiban Sweet Boys are part of United. They're part of United Empire. No, not United Empire. They're part of Team TK. Mighty Don't Kneel, the faction with obviously formerly known as Nick Miller and Shane Thorne, now known as Shane Haston, Mikey Nichols, Zack Sabre Jr., and all that stuff there. But yeah, I guess I get a good 3.5 on that as well here. So there's that. Now, next up, this match was the IWGP Women's Title match. Mayu Iwatani defending against Azumi. Azumi won the right to challenge this Mayu Iwatani when she basically is Fujita the youngest? Let me look. That's a good question. Let me look. That is actually a very good question. The youngest? No, hold on. Actually, yes, he is the youngest. I know he is the youngest IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. So Azumi basically won the right to challenge Mayu when she pinned Mayu in the 5-star, I think. Let me look that up. I don't want to say I don't want to say that's correct, like that's wrong, and then me be like, you know, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So give me a second here. Let me look this up here. I want to make sure. I want to make sure it was in the 5. It was in the 5-star. Give me a second here. It was, yes. Okay, it was in the 5-star. I had to make sure. So here was the win-loss record between Mayu and Azumi. By the way, like I said, she won the right. She pinned Azumi. Or no, she pinned Mayu in the 5-star, which got her this match. And as Chris Charlton, it was either Chris Charlton or yeah. Oh, I'll trust me. I'm about to talk about it. I'm about to talk about it, Jordan. And if you're the one who's just subscribed, thank you. I didn't see the I had to turn off alerts because they didn't pop up, so I don't know what the fuck was happening. But where was like okay, so I think it was either Walker or Chris that said that Mayu promised Azumi a match for the IWGP Women's Title, but here's how the win-loss record is for Mayu and Azumi. So Azumi, funny enough, Azumi only has 2 wins over Mayu Iwatani. Obviously, we're talking about the 5-star last year. She had one of the biggest upsets of the tournament there, and then again in 2023. Actually, no. Actually, I'm wrong here. Azumi only has 1 win over. So it is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 4, and 1 for Azumi. Oh, hang on. 1, 2. Because prior to this, prior to it, it was. So prior to this, it was 3, 1, and 1. Now it's 4, 1, and 1 because, or 1, 4, and 1. You get my point. So, because one of them was the 2023 one was a double count out, so that doesn't count on that here. But all right. So I tweeted out about this match here. My issue wasn't with the match. I love the match. I love Mayu Iwatani. I fucking love Azumi, as you guys know. I praise through the roof about how great Azumi is. She is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now. My issue stemmed from the amount of time they got. They got less time than the match the next night. Right? They were given, and I quote, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Now let me look through the Wrestle Kingdom here, right? So Wrestle Kingdom 17, which was the, let me see if I can find it here. Wrestle Kingdom 7. Wrestle Kingdom 17. All right, so the match between Kairi Sane and Tam Nakano for the IWGP title got 5 minutes and 55 seconds. This one got 2 minutes, 3 minutes more. Should have gotten more, but for some weird ass reason, Gato, whoever was booking this show, probably Gato, decided to give time that could have went to matches like Azumi and Mayu Iwatani, and matches like I'm looking at a different show. Matches like Takeshita and Shingo Takagi went to fucking Zack Sabre Jr. and fucking Shota Umino. I mean, it's up there. I mean, Azumi is great. She always puts on banger matches when she can't. Mayu is great. Mayu's coming off the last title that she had is one of the best matches I've ever seen. Probably, in my honest opinion, and this is my opinion here. I know people. I'm sorry if I hit my microphone. I know a lot of people love the Kairi Mercedes match. Don't get me wrong. It's a great match. Not taking anything away from that. Me, the greatest match that title's had was the match with Momo Watanabe at Historic Crossover. I did review that show. It's up on the channel. Go look it up. I did it with Blitzball Champ. I loved this match. That match. That match ended up on Match of the Year. Do I think, had this gotten more time, if this was given six more minutes, right? I'm not asking for a 40-minute fucking masterpiece or something. Not masterpiece. You know, whatever, right? I've seen. Let me look up. Let me look up again because I have it here. Right. So the match that they had in the 5-star Grand Prix went 9 minutes and 34 seconds. Right. Azumi's longest. I don't know. What is Azumi's longest match here? I think Azumi's longest match. Singles match. I'm not going to count her tag matches. Let's see. One of my favorite Azumi matches was the Becerra match from the 5-star. The match with Momo Watanabe, same thing. The match that she had with Starlight Kid, which is the match that got me into Starlight Kid and Azumi. Was the match where Azumi won the high speed title for the second time. So, and it having one of the best have probably the greatest high speed title run in history. But do I think that she should have got more time? Absolutely. Am I bummed that they didn't? That they didn't? Absolutely. Does that take away from how great their match was? Absolutely not. Just. I wish they had more time. That's all I'm saying. I didn't if you notice on social media, I didn't bitch about the match because I love the match. I love those two. Though I will say, not only did the amount of time the match got bothered me, as much as I love Mayu Iwatani, I think that was probably one of the first decisions of the night. I was like, I don't know about that. Don't know about that, Chico. Azumi should have won the title. If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't give a damn what they had planned for Mercedes the next night. It was time to put the title on Azumi, especially if Mayu is leaving Stardom soon. So. Other than that, the match is a 4-star match for an 8-minute, almost 9-minute match. 5 stars, not 5 stars, 4 stars. Excuse me, 4.5. I'll give it that one because it's fucking Azumi and Mayu Iwatani. I don't give a shit. So yeah. By the way, I will. So I think it was in this match. I believe it was in this match. Somebody did a underhook fucking Canadian strike. It might have been in this match. It might have been in another match. I do not remember which match it was, but I think I'm almost certain it was this match. Yeah. What really wasn't a 4-star match, but it was still fun for nonetheless, was Ren Narita defending his New Japan television title against Jeff Cobb, Ryohei, and El Phantasmo. Now, prior to El Phantasmo getting added to this match, that's what I thought. I could swear I knew it had to be this match, and it had to be something Azumi hits because she fucking spikes people. Okay, I remember the fucking destroyer that she hit on Momo during the 5-star off the top rope, and I said, "Motherfucker." She fucking murdered Momo with that, and Momo took that like a goddamn champ. Okay, we'll talk a lot about Momo Watanabe when we get to Wrestle Dynasty, but back to the television title match here. So prior to the El Phantasmo getting, because when I did my original predictions with our first predictions before the full card came out, El Phantasmo was not in the match, nor was he cleared, and we both went with Jeff Cobb to walk away with the title. Well, I don't know. I think I went with Jeff Cobb. I think he said Ren Narita would probably retain. But the moment that El Phantasmo was added, I'm like, yeah, El Phantasmo's winning, right? So, but I'm very happy for El Phantasmo. I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad he's cancer free. Fuck cancer, first of all. Secondly, I'm just glad that he's happy and all that stuff there. Was the match anything like to write home about wrestling wise? No. But it wasn't about that. It was about giving El Phantasmo the moment that he deserves after battling cancer. So the short cancer that he had. So yeah. Do I have a rating for this match? I don't think so. I just give it a good 3.5 there. 4 for El Phantasmo for beating cancer. Actually, 5 stars for. Actually, no, a whole 10 stars for El Phantasmo for beating cancer. So yeah. We're back to the surprise. So this one gets mixed reviews from a lot of people, and I can see why. There were some people that hated it. There were some people that loved it, which was the lumberjack match between Hirooshi Tanahashi and Evil. Obviously, your normal House of Torture bullshit happened in this match. I mean, I personally didn't give a shit about it because I don't give a shit about Evil, and no one's gonna make me care about Evil, not even Hirooshi Tanahashi, nor was Jon Moxley gonna make me give a shit about Evil. But the lumberjacks were obviously the fucking House of Torture. So, well, not all of them were House of Torture. Most of them were like a mix of so lumberjacks were Toriano, Bolton, Oleg Bolton, Tiger Mask, Master Wato, Dick Togo, Sho, Ujiro, and Kanemaru. So it was like a mixture of House of Torture and some other shit here. But so the bizarre now, had they not introduced the stipulation of if Tanahashi lost, he would have to retire from in-ring competition. During his retirement tour, by the way, I would assumed right then and there that Tanahashi was probably put over Evil. And then they added that stipulation. I'm like, well, Tanahashi's not losing. This was kind of similar to WrestleMania 24, if you guys remember the build-up to that, where the stipulation was the next match Ric Flair lost, he would have to retire. And yeah, same thing, generally for ELP. But if you guys remember the stipulation, that was if the next match Ric Flair lost, he retired. This was kind of like that here. I don't foresee them continuing this stipulation. But it was somewhat entertaining. Like, again, I'm not the biggest fucking Evil guy. I love Tanahashi. He's one of the greatest of all time. But what people were talking about was the post match here. So the House of Ass tried to beat down on Tanahashi, and who the fuck came to make the save? Surprised and shocked the hell out of everyone that was in the fucking Tokyo Dome was Katsuyori Shibata, the same Shibata that said, "Fuck your rules, I'm gonna try to have an actual wrestling match," when he was not supposed to. I'm assuming his relationship with with New Japan is good, though him and Tanahashi are friends, so it doesn't surprise me one bit. I was surprised to see that, because then we got a late match added to Wrestle Dynasty right after this, which we found out was going to be a 5-minute exhibition match, because New Japan is our fucking pussies. By the way, if you want to see Shibata wrestle a full blown match, go watch AEW Dynamite or Ring of Honor. But we'll talk, because there's some interesting things that Shibata said about Hirooki Tanahashi, which I'm gonna save that for when we get to Wrestle Dynasty. That's all right with you guys. But a good 3-star match here, lumberjack death match or whatever. Don't give a shit about Evil. Hirooki Tanahashi's great, but I like seeing Shibata back in a New Japan ring, so that's pretty cool. One of my favorite matches tonight ended up next, and this was a match I was very much looking forward to all fucking week when they announced the card for this show, and I found out this match was on the show. I immediately said, regardless of them doing Sabre and Shota Umino, this was my main event. And this was a winner-takes-all match for both the IWGP, the Never Openweight Championship, and the AEW International Championship. Konosuke Takeshita defending the AEW International title against Shingo Takagi defending the Never Openweight title. This became a double title match as a result of Takeshita beating Will Hobbs on World's End to retain that title. By God, Konosuke Takeshita is that guy. My God, I love Takeshita. My fucking God, this dude is fantastic. You should be building companies and divisions around this motherfucker. We come to find out, not after this match, but the match the next night, that that Takeshita now is signed to 3 different fucking promotions. AEW, his primary promotion, DDT Pro Wrestling, which is the other primary promotion that he had, because that's where he came from, and now he's with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Man, I tell you, like Jordan says, that was real graps. I'm gonna need TK to book Takeshita like you booked for the past weekend. Boy, that's not happening. If I'm being honest here, and I said that, and I tweeted this out, like I don't remember when I tweeted it out, but I made the comment of New Japan has booked Takeshita better than Tony Khan has the entire time that Takeshita's been in AEW. That run that motherfucker had in the G1 last year was, that match he had with Yota Tsuji in the semifinals was my fucking magnificently good. And the match that he had with the 3-way that he had with Ospreay and Ricochet, great shit. I believe that's when he won the international title. But this is great. I love Shingo Takagi. Shingo Takagi is one of my absolute favorite wrestlers on the planet. I would love to see him win a world title again. There's no words for me to describe this match here, but epicness, right? So Shingo, they were going back and forth here, but it was the big ass knee, the V trigger knee strike from Takeshita to get the win, and now is a double champion. So that is pretty fucking awesome. Shingo Takagi, what's next for Shingo Takagi? That's a great question. I don't know. Was Shingo on Wrestle? I know I watched the show, but I don't remember Shingo actually being on the show, like at all. No, I don't think he was. Okay. Odd. But yeah, I love that Shingo Takagi. I think he should absolutely get back into the world title contention here. If Hirooki Goto doesn't beat Zack Sabre Jr., there is always that rematch luring around with Shingo Takagi waiting with Zack Sabre Jr. Because as we know, It was Shingo and Zack Sabre Jr. in the G1 finals, and I think that would be a perfect rematch for that here. Yeah, it's weird. Like, they had Tomohiro Ishii on both shows. El Desperado was on both shows. Could have found something for Shingo to do on Wrestle Dynasty. As much as I love David Finlay, and I love the match that he had with Brody King, I still want my Shingo Takagi Brody King match. God damn it. Okay. Forgot Tony Khan. If you're gonna book Shingo Takagi on that show in July, whenever they're doing that, August, whenever they're doing that show, give me my Brody King Shingo Takagi match. I need it. But yeah, this was a great, obviously a 4.5 star match, man. Shingo Takagi is fantastic. Konosuke Takeshita is great here. What wasn't so great was a match that was scary to watch. It was Douki defending the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship against El Desperado. I'm not entirely sure now that if Douki Despy was supposed to win the championship. However, this is a rematch from New Japan Seoul in June, where Douki defeated Desperado to win the championship. I love Desperado. Not the biggest Douki fan, but I don't remember exactly what happened. The finish, but all I know is Douki got hurt. I guess Douki got hurt or something along the lines there, and it just wasn't like the ref stoppage happened, and Desperado was rewarded the championship. Now my question now is, was Despy supposed to win the title? I don't know. When doing this, the predictions for the show, I had Douki retaining because I really wanted Despy to get the hell up out of the junior division. That's not happening now, for obviously for this particular reason here. I don't know. I hope Douki's all right though. Hate seeing injuries like that happening in the matches. We saw one. What was it? Yeah, we saw one on the Marigold show with Kouki Amarei. So, which she was able to somehow finish her match, but her knee was a little messed up. Hopefully not. Like I said, hopefully not as bad as I would. People think. Hope it is. Hope it's not. But a mission speed covered both Kouki Amarei and Douki. So yeah, my other favorite match on the night, which surprised the shit out of me, was the David Finlay match. Yes, somehow I'm enjoying a David Finlay match in 2025. It was David Finlay defending the Global Heavyweight Championship against Yota Tsuji. Yota Tsuji, by the way, let's talk about Yota Tsuji, right? Man, whatever happened, where the excursion we went on, man. And then this motherfucker came back and is like the coolest dude in the room. What's going on, Blood Money? We're right now going through Wrestle Kingdom. We're almost done with the Wrestle Kingdom review. We're getting ready to go into Wrestle Dynasty. We're talking about the Yota Tsuji David Finlay match here. Right now I'm gloating about Yota Tsuji because how fucking cool this dude is. So we're at this moment with the new Three Musketeers. They've labeled Yota Tsuji, Rin Narita, and Shota Umino as the new Three Musketeers. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, Yota Tsuji is the fucking star out of that group. Yota Tsuji came back. I believe what night was it? Oh my god, was it one of the New Beginning shows? In June or something like that. Yeah, so like I really thought, so this is my thought process with Yeah, David Finlay did. David Finlay surprised the fuck out of me this weekend. And I'm not the biggest David Finlay guy either. But back to Blood Money Yoda Tsuji. So my thought, because I originally had picked Yoda Tsuji to. It was either Yoda Tsuji or Shingo Takagi to win the G1 last year, and Danhaku. That's what it was. I couldn't remember the name of the show. Was it? Oh my god, who did he interrupt? What's the it was Sonata? That's right. I can't remember. That's how I feel bad forgetting that Sonata was the IWGP champion. So I thought Tsuji was going to win the G1 this year, right? And I said I thought Naito versus Yoda Tsuji was a perfect main event, right? But I do agree. I think Yoda Tsuji. If I hate the fact that Shota Umino got the main event spot before Yoda Tsuji. I think out of the three, I think Yoda Tsuji deserved to be the main event more than Shota Umino. That's just me. But yeah, I love the Dream Blast. I love he's got a damn good spear too. Man, there was a spear he hit on Takeshita that fucking looked nasty in the G1, and I just love the Yoda Tsuji, man. Like he went on his little excursion. I think he went to Mexico. I believe that's what it was. He came back, looked different, looked like a fucking badass, and he's just like, he looks just cool. Everybody talks about this word aura. They throw it around, right? And Yoda Tsuji has that. All right. But I love me some Yoda Tsuji. Now let's talk about David Finlay. David Finlay is surprised the shit out of me. Obviously, David Finlay, as you guys know, is the son of professional wrestling legend Fit Finlay, who is a road agent in WWE. I think he still works for WWE. I could be wrong on that one. Yeah, Jordan, I agree. Yoda Tsuji is ready, man. He's a star, man. Man's got he's got star power written all over him. Say what you will about current day Tetsuya Naito. Naito knows how to pick the right people for his group, for his LIJ group. Like, I'm gonna look at it. You have Shingo Takagi, who is one of the best to do it. You have Hiromu Takahashi, who is out there, but he's fantastic. He's unseriously funny, but I love him. Titan's pretty cool too. He got Yoda Tsuji. He knows how to pick them. So, you know what? You asked me, when did Tsuji start wearing fedoras? I think during this iteration, because he knows how to. He dresses fantastically great too, which is great. I love it. Did we see David Finlay in WWE? Isn't David Finlay also? Isn't his contract up too? Let me look. I believe it is. Let me see. Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah. Okay. So he's 6. Yeah, okay. So I don't exactly know when his. Okay. All right. Let me link this up here. So, Fightful said, yeah. So his contract is actually expiring soon. Actually, within the next few months. So, do I think David Finlay joins WWE? I don't know. That's up to him. Whether or not he wants to. If he wants to be with his dad, if he doesn't, then that's up to him. I don't know. We've only seen him once, I believe, once in AEW. That was a random episode of Dynamite that he was on. But, yeah. But yeah, David Finlay, I thought he impressed the hell out of me. This is probably one of the better David Finlay matches I saw on this week, or during this weekend. Let's see, what do I got here? What is this one? Why do I have Wrestle Kingdom 17 up for? Let me see here. Okay. So, yeah. Loved it. Yota Tsuji wins the IWGP Global World Championship, so he will go. He went on to face Jack Perry. By the way, I should have pointed out. I should have pointed this out earlier. There was implications on Wrestle Dynasty that if so and so champions change hands, they would be defending their titles the next night. So, like for example, on the other show, it was regular match was just Yota Tsuji and Jack Perry, but if David Finlay won his title match, or not, if he beat David Finlay, he would have defended the title against Jack Perry. And same thing with David Finlay. If he beat Tsuji, he would have wrestled. He would have defended his title against Brody King. But we know, obviously, we know now. Next up, we had the semi-main event. Semi-main event. Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu Takahashi. Oh, man. Listen. I know I just praised the shit out of Naito's group of misfits in LIJ, right? But this was not good. I love Hiromu Takahashi. I love Tetsuya Naito. I got a Tetsuya Naito shirt somewhere. Because I still think Tetsuya Naito, regardless of how beat up his body is, he's still one of the coolest motherfuckers, right? But this match had to end. Or not this match. So what happened? So they won the tag league, did Naito and Hiromu, right? So we'll talk about Hiromu's entrance on Dynasty. That was some weird ass shit. Okay, but we'll get to Dynasty in a little bit here. So hang tight on that one. So as I was saying, Hiromu and Naito, they won the tag league, the World Tag League. But when they did, the former champions, Great Khan and Hinare, Speedy recovered to Hinare, they vacated the tag team titles, so there were no titles for them to challenge at Wrestle Kingdom. So what happened was they decided to do the singles match, and I kind of regret them doing that now because this was fucking terrible. Oh my god. I don't even remember a single thing about this match. Just how bad this match was, right? Naito, apparently now he's going to have another surgery on his eye. His knees were all fucked up and everything. Naito didn't have a very good 2024, if I'm being completely honest here. He had the great match with Zack Sabre Jr., right? And I agree. Right now, Naito works better in tag matches because in singles matches, he will pull out this great fucking match. Like, for example, the Windy City Riot match with the Moxley, the first one, and then the Zack Sabre Jr. match, and then the main event last year. Those are some highlights there, but obviously it's not singles match wise. It's not a great. It wasn't a great year for Naito. Naito had one of the probably the worst matches of 2024 against Moxley at Forbidden Door, and this was not good either. Like this, it sucks because Naito's still loved by the fans. You can tell anytime he comes out, he gets this massive pop and people are chanting his name and stuff. But dude, I feel like we're on this final stretch of legs for Naito in the ring, and I would not be surprised if mid 2025 comes out that Naito is announces a retirement tour or something, right? Because Naito is let's see how old Naito is. I believe he's supposed to get another surgery. That's what he said. So Tetsuya Naito is 42 years old, and he's already broken down from all those matches that he had with like Okada and Tanahashi and he might have had a match with Nakamura. So, but yeah, this was not good. This is a 2-star match at best. It's me being generous to two guys I absolutely love. This was not, this was the last time we saw them because then for whatever reason they decided to then challenge for the tag team titles the next night. I'm like, why bother? You know? I mean, I get it. They kind of would want to have somebody like Naito on the Dynasty show, but yeah. Oh boy. Now let's talk about this main event. The match that didn't need to go as long as it did. Zack Sabre Jr. defending the IWGP World Championship against Shota Umino. Listen, let's get this out of the way here. I don't want people think I'm gonna think I hate Zack Sabre Jr. That's far from the truth. I love Zack Sabre Jr. All right, and I made the tweet yesterday, and I said, and no, I don't think I got hate for it or anything. But I said, New Japan fans will not want to admit this, but Zack Sabre Jr. will never have the kind of 4-minute epic main event style matches that the likes of Okada, Tanahashi, and Omega had in Wrestle Kingdom's heyday. That New Japan and the New Japan fans think that they wanted him to have with Shota Umino. And then I replied underneath another tweet that said, like, I'm not saying he can't have great main event matches. He can. He just can't do the 40-minute epics that New Japan want him to do. So no, Zack Sabre Jr. is not doing WWE, my guy. He's already made that very clear. When he did the Cruiserweight Classic, he had no desire to sign with WWE because he doesn't want to move to America. So that's the only that's it there. But this was boring as fuck, and I love Zack Sabre Jr. When it became clear that this was going to be the main event, and they meaning Gato and whoever else books the New Japan cards and shit went with Shota Umino, I knew this was not going to be a great idea, and it ended up not being. And I love Zack Sabre Jr. I know a lot of people. I don't know about Toyota Tsuji. I don't know if Toyota Tsuji would be doing a 43-minute match here. But we'll talk about Gabe Kidd in a little bit. But Zack Sabre Jr. Everyone gets put on. Everyone is to blame for this main event, right? Not just Shota Umino. You put the blame on Zack Sabre Jr. You put the blame on whoever else put this match together. There was no reason this match needed to go 40-something minutes long. By the time we got to the 38-minute mark, not 38 minutes, by the time we got to the 35-minute mark, I had people telling me that people were leaving the Tokyo Dome, leaving the show because this was going on way too fucking long. The crowd clearly told New Japan offices, mainly talking about Gato, talking about Tanahashi. By the way, Tanahashi, I'm not going to put it up here because they'll fucking strike me now for goddamn screenshots, which is wild in 2025. But you saw at the end of the match, right? The disappointment on Tanahashi's face. He was angry. Well, it's not even like you have to be an all-time great to put on the 40-minute classic. It's just Shota Umino is not that guy to do that with. I don't even think Okada or Tanahashi would have been able to bring out a 40-minute classic with Shota Umino. But yeah, Tanahashi looked angry at the end of that show, right? Like disappointed. He heard the crowd did not give a shit about the crowd. The crowd clearly told New Japan offices what they thought about not Hiromu, fucking, not what the fuck is his name? We're talking about him and all now, and I don't forgot his name. Shota Umino. No, the longest match currently, I believe the longest match in New Japan is the hour-long match. I think it's the hour. Isn't that the hour-long match with Okada and Omega? Is that an Okada Omega 5 or 4? Is it 5 or 6? Oh, is it Okada 5? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look at it. I don't want to. Hold on a second. Hang on a second. Okada Omega. I think it's not. I think that's Dominion. Hold on, let me see. Let me look that up here. Hang on a second. Yeah, no, I believe currently that is that's a 2 out 3 falls match for. Oh, yeah, I think that's Omega Okada 4. Yeah, Tanahashi wanted to go in. He was fucking angry. But answer to your question, John. So yeah, that's the hour-long match at Dominion in 2019. Currently is the longest match in Japan history. I believe so. Omega Okada 4, the 1 hour 4 minute, almost 1 hour 5 minute match in Dominion. I could be wrong. But as far as I know, that's the longest match in New Japan history. But this match did not need to be. Again, this is fucking boring, man. Like, there were so many other. You could have put Kasha Shingo in the main event. You could have put Yota Tsuji and David Finlay in the main event. Hell, you could have had the main event be Mayu Iwatani versus Azumi, right? Shota Umino did. Hopefully, they've learned their lesson by putting Shota Umino in title match main events going forward. Dude's not John Moxley. Stop trying to make him something, right? But overall, Wrestle Kingdom, I didn't think Wrestle Kingdom was that blow. Wrestle Kingdom has kind of, I feel like Wrestle Kingdom has lost its luster, right? I remember getting fully invested in New Japan back when Nakamura was still there and had that awesome match with oh my god, what the fuck is his name? Kota Ibushi. Wrestle Kingdom 9 was my first actual full blown watching a New Japan show from start to finish. I would watch it, here and there. Obviously my favorite New Japan match. A lot of people don't know this, but it's that is the Muta Jushin Liger match from 96 or 95. It's either 96 or 95 where we were introduced to Kishin Liger, but yeah, I would agree. Did more, and it sucks to say that because yeah, it does suck to say that because Zack Sabre, they could have done so much better. Had this match been 20 minutes, I wouldn't have an issue with it. I still would have thought the match was boring, but not to the point where I was ready to be okay, let's wrap it up, guys. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Wrestle Kingdom, it's lost its luster. I haven't been that invested in a Wrestle Kingdom show since I would say 17. No, that's not true. Okay, maybe 17 because there were matches I was looking forward to see what they were doing with Kyrie on that show, and obviously the Omega Ospreay match. Who made it into that show? Was it Okada and Jay White? Was that the main event? I'm pretty sure. I feel like that was the main event of that show. It had to be. I feel like it was Okada and Jay White. Anyway. But yeah, Wrestle Kingdom overall, I would give that a I'll give it a nice score of a 7 out of 10. Unfortunately, all right. Jordan asked, "Do you think it's probably got?" I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if it's got time added due to what happened with Douki or not, but because I don't think it was supposed to end like that, and I'm not entirely sure whether I don't fully think that because to me it looked like Desperado was a little surprised that even happened. So I don't know. That's a good question. But we'll probably find out in a few days if whether or not that was the reason. But yeah. All right, now we're going on to Wrestle Dynasty. This is the big show here, not Paul White. The huge show that features Ring of Honor, New Japan, AEW, CMLL, and STARDOM. I do want to. I might as well because we have talked about it here, so I have to talk about the STARDOM show that happened on the 3rd because it does play some parts in here. So Momo Watanabe, as you guys know, was in the 4-way. She actually won. We'll talk about when we get to that here, but Athena was on the show as well. So goes inside here. So Athena on the new STARDOM show teamed with Thekla. They defeated Mina Sharkawa and Tai Mello, which reason I bring this up here is because, as I said, Athena was in the 4-way with Momo Watanabe, Persephone. They said her name like multiple times, and I still can't pronounce it correctly. And oh my God, who was it? Willow Nightingale. And the story going into this match was between those three, mostly Thekla and Athena. Was after the match, Thekla and Athena were celebrating, and then Athena and Thekla tried to go into it, and Thekla challenged Athena to an ROH title match, and Athena's like, "No, you're below me or whatever." And that's why Thekla was out here. So that's what set this up here. So how did each people get to these matches here? So Willow Nightingale defeated Jamie Hayter, which is a little surprising to me. I really thought they would have went with Jamie Hayter. There's nothing against Willow Nightingale, but I would have loved to see Jamie Hayter in the Tokyo Dome, which would have been awesome as hell. Persone, I still mispronounce her name. Whatever. She won a 4-way, defeated Rihanna Iasis, Zeuxis, and Stanley. I don't want it. Just you can tell how much I don't watch CMLL to give a shit to pronounce these names. Apologies. And then ROH, Athena beat Billy Starks, Layla Harsh, and Red Velvet. I believe Red Velvet is a champion in Ring of Honor. I could be fucking wrong. And then Momo Watanabe defeated Shiri Tomoko Inaba and Suzuki here. Now, this is funny because when they announced the 4-way, when I saw who else was in here before we got to the STARDOM people that were going to be in that here. So originally I had went with a Willow Nightingale because when they did the 4-way between Momo, Shiri, Tomoko Inaba, and Suzuki, I picked Suzu to go to the match at Dynasty. Momo ended up surprisingly winning it, right? I didn't think she was going to. And then she went to the 4-way, and then my pick changed from Willow to Momo. And when this match came into it, I was a little disappointed that they were on the pre-show, but it's whatever. I'm not mad that they started the show, but so we went in there. This was fine. I quite enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. I love Momo Watanabe. I love Athena. I love Willow Nightingale. They don't know much about the other one, but I liked what she brought to the table there. Momo Watanabe surprisingly got the win. I didn't think she was. I listen. I had her. She was my pick to win. I didn't think they were going to actually give her the win. So the finish of the match, we saw Athena hit the Eclipse onto Willow Nightingale, goes for the pin, and Thekla pulls the referee out of the ring here. Which, by the way, I want to point this out here before I go into my finish here. So Momo Watanabe was getting ready to bring in her bat to use, and for some weird reason, the referee tried to stop it. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, referee, you do know this is a fatal four-way, right? Where there are no rules, where she can legally use the bat to win a match. I don't know if anyone in the back, I don't know if Rocky Romero or whoever was booking the show put together, went to that referee and thought of the idea of saying, hey, you know what? There are no rules in a fatal four-way match. I don't think they did. But anyway. So the referee is arguing with Thekla all the way up, not all the way up to the ramp, but halfway up to the ramp here, which allowed Momo Watanabe to bring her bat in and smack the ever-living fuck out of Athena with it. By God. Man. And people ask me, why did she hit people like that? I'm like, motherfucker, she used to play softball. And she shows it every time when she hits somebody with bat, she waffles the fuck out of people with it. She took the swing and leveled the shit out of Athena, and Athena sold it like somebody had murdered her with it, and I loved it. What surprised me, because I thought the CMLL lady, which I'm not going to even pronounce her name again because I'm going to fuck it up, but I thought she was in this match purposely to take the pinfall. I was very surprised to find out that the one who took the pinfall was Athena, when Momo hit her with the baseball bat and then hit Peach Sunrise for the win. And for the first time in over 2 years, Athena takes a pinfall loss, and it's to Momo Watanabe. That should tell you how much. No, not much. That should tell you how. What I'm looking for. They, regardless of how Momo is booked, right? A lot of people are getting tired of the way Momo was booked. I'm one of them. I agree with that, but they trust her a lot. There's a reason why Momo was the person that was one they went with. Momo was more known to New Japan audiences because she's had matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Obviously, the MetLife Dome shows when she was still with Queen Squatch, where she teamed with Saya Kamatani. We'll talk about that in just a second. I have some fantasy booking ideas coming up in that one. But I believe. Oh, and also she faced Mercedes Mone earlier this year, not in 2025. I forgot which show it was, but yeah, but she is more known to a New Japan audience than, let's say, a Suzuki. I mean, sure, a New Japan audience did get familiar a little bit with Suzuki as a short crossover with the intergender match with Great O'Khan, and so they got all that, but and this is their first time seeing Athena and Professone. So, but again, very happy Momo Watanabe won here. She had a smile on her face when she walked down the ramp. I'm like, yeah, you do. So I did come to find out in the press conference that they did, the post-match stuff, that Athena will defend the Ring of Honor World title, women's title, on January the 13th in Cardigan Hall, Stardom against Thekla. Now, Momo Watanabe, a lot of people were asking, well, Momo Watanabe is going to go after. Let me see if the tweet I had about this, because this is another thing I had tweet about here. Oh, here we go. So I tweeted out, anyone who says, quote, Momo should go after the ROH and AEW titles tells me they don't watch the Stardom product. And it's clear as they don't, because just because she pins the Ring of Honor Women's Championship does not mean she needs to be going after the Ring of Honor title or any AEW titles. She went on the thing and said, let me see if I can find it here. I screenshotted it it was more of a it's translated here. So she said, I heard the winner gets the challenge for the belt, right? But doesn't that mean it's up to them to challenge for anything, right? That doesn't mean I can't challenge for the IWGP that I want, right? That's fine. I want the IWGP championship. But, and here is where it gets juicy, and this is where my creative juices have been flowing for the past couple of months now when it comes to Momo Watanabe. It says, but it feels like there's one other thing I wanted to, and it's important. So I think I'll hold on to it. She does not want the fucking IWGP Women's title. I know exactly what title she wants. It's a title she said back in May of last year when she lost to Micah, said she was still going to come after. That being the World of Stardom title. Now, currently, the World Stardom Champion is Saya Kamatani. You're probably wondering yourself, well, why would she go after Saya when they're on the same group? Well, I'm glad you asked. You probably didn't. But Saya Kamatani, this version of Saya Kamatani, the one we currently have now, the Phoenix Queen, is a monster created by one Momo Watanabe. I know I've seen a lot of people say and tell me that, oh, well, Natsuko Tora created her. I'm like, no, she didn't. No. Natsuko Tora had no association with creating this monster that was made twice, by the way. The person who made this monster was the same woman who stabbed Queen's Quest in the back, not once, but twice. Once in 2021. In December of that year, where it was I forgot the name of the match, but it was I think it's the loser leaves the unit thing, something like that, and it's a match thing they do in Stardom, and Momo voluntarily betrayed Queen's Quest by hitting Azumi in the head with the chair, and joins at the time Oedo Tai. And then we get to the conversion earlier this year, or early in 2024, last year, where there was the story they were trying. Saya was trying to get Momo back to Queen's Quest. Obviously, the other members of Queen's Quest was not happy about it. Azumi being one of them, because she didn't talk to Azumi about it, and they did the fake out, the fake face turn, and I'm like, this isn't. She's not turning face yet. They're building towards this. So something I've noticed with Momo for the past couple of months, and no one else is pointing this out. They're just now talking about it, right? Where they weren't. Was it 6 months ago? So we get to the 5-star Grand Prix, and I'm going into my Stardom. Not rant, but what's the word I'm looking for? Adventure here. Anyways, let me get to my point here. So, get to the 5-star Grand Prix, and outside the match where she beat Tam Nakano, she lost every other one of her matches, and it's because the hate was basically cost her most of those matches, right? She wanted to win those matches the right way, and when they weren't working for her, when she got to the Tam Nakano match, is when she decided to use the bat and win the match. Now, Then we get to start crossover. Well, first of all, then we get to the tag matches with Thekla, and you know, the whole miscommunication with Thekla happened. There was even miscommunication with Saya Kamatani on Friday night. So there's that. Then we get to the IWGP title match with the Mayu Iwatani, right? And by the way, she wore the same gear that she won, or that she wore at Historic Crossover against Mayu on this show. I think this is also, I could be wrong, but I think this was almost similar to the gear that she wore when she was at the MetLife Dome show. What's the name of that show? I forget the name of it, but it was a similar type of gear. Anyways, on that show, not the MetLife Dome show, the Star Crossover show where she wrestled Mayu, she had the option, and this is also something I liked about the finish of this match, because if you guys remember, if you did watch a Star Crossover, you guys would know. A match that probably should, as much as I love the four people involved in the tag match, this match should have went on last. Momo had the chance to use the bat to win the IWGP title from Mayu. She didn't do it, and that cost her the match. Fast forward to Wrestle Dynasty. She had the bat. And this time she went for the bat, she used it, and that's what got her the match. Now, she could absolutely choose Mayu Iwatani, but she's not going to. Because the fact that she went and did her little interview and said at the end of it, feels like there's one other thing I wanted to, and it's important. So I think I'll hold on to this trophy for a little while. She's absolutely going after Saya Kamatani. When the time is right, she's going to choose Saya Kamatani, and we're finally going to get that babyface. And I keep telling people that babyface Momo Watanabe versus heel Saya Kamatani is going to be special when it happens, and I'm very excited for it. As a Stardom fan, I know a lot of people are waiting for the return of the Dark Peach. I've been waiting for the return of the Dark Peach. I've been asking for a babyface Momo to return for the past 2 years. And we're on the verge. We're this close. We're this close of having it. Now all that needs to happen now is Toru Okada not fucking around with this, because don't screw it up either. You already are on a lot of people's shit list for the all the shit that you pulled from Sapporo all the way to the end of the fucking G1 or not G1, the 5-star, with the stuff with Tam Nakano and shit. So let's not do that. But overall, fun little 4-way match. I do think Momo Watanabe in the end is going to choose Saya Kamatani. When that happens, I don't see that happening anytime soon, because I need time to build this. What I would do, this is just me. You do the match with Saya Kamatani and Micah. I think they're going to do that match at they announced the All-Star Grand Kingdom show in July. You do the match there, right? That match, Micah, Saya Kamatani. And Momo still has the trophy, still has the right to challenge for whoever she wants. You do the match there, Saya wins, and all of a sudden, you pull the trigger. And then we get ready to go into whatever big show comes up on there, and you do Saya Kamatani, Momo Watanabe, babyface Momo Watanabe, and you do the match there. So we'll see how that ends there. Yeah. Or it was like, well, I forgot what I was going there on that whole thing there. I don't know what the fuck I was going on to that there about. But, yeah, fun little thing there. So glad to see Momo getting some of her flowers there. Pretty cool stuff there. The Son of Texas, the Sons of Texas, defended the Ring of Honor World Title, tag team titles against House of Torture Show and Kanemaru. I didn't really see a need to have this match on the show. I don't really give a shit about Sammy Guevara. I could care less about House of Torture, like Dustin Rhodes. I feel like this match only is on. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think a lot of people agree with me on this. This match only happened because there was no Ring of Honor representative matches on this show outside of Athena. Like title matches or anything. Sons of Texas retained. Whoop-de-doo. Now, we get into the main show here. 8-man Lucha Gauntlet here. I couldn't predict anyone in this match because there was no fucking games announced for this match when this match was announced. But here's who was in the match and ended up being in it. We have Hikashiro. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. We have Fujita. We had Sabanaro Jr., Master Wato, Mascara Dorada, Titan, El Desperado, and Ishimori. Ishimori ended up pinning El Desperado, which would probably mean Ishimori is going to get a future. Unfortunately, going to get in a future. I say this very much lightly because I'm fucking getting tired of this. We're going back to it again. Ishimori is probably getting another title shot against El Desperado and probably is going to beat El Desperado for whatever fucking reason. I want to point this out here. The first time El Desperado, no, the second time El Desperado had the championship, he lost to Ishimori, who then lost it to Takahashi, who then lost it back to El Desperado. Listen, I love El Desperado, but they keep potatoing this fucking title with this man. it's kind of annoying the shit out of me already. This, by the way, this gauntlet thing was not great. I didn't enjoy it. Though I did laugh out loud when El Desperado came out with the title, and every one of the people in the match went after his ass. It was fucking funny, but yeah. Ishimori again, like I said, pinned Desperado with the roll up. Is probably unfortunately getting another shot at the fucking junior title. So whatever. The 5-minute exhibition match. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Katsuyori Shibata. I was kind of hoping that Shibata would go into business for himself and go into a real wrestling match, but Shibata wants a match with the Tanahashi. And actually, he probably said, "Well, let's just do it in AEW, where I can actually wrestle you for 20 minutes." Speaking of Tanahashi, this is something Katsuyori Shibata had said. It's from Fightful on their YouTube, not their YouTube channel, their Fightful page here. I have this. This is the transcripts here. So Shibata helps to see longtime rivals clash one last time. New Japan president Hiroshi Tanahashi will retire at Wrestle Kingdom 20 next year in January. The year leading up to that point is expected to be full of major matches. Tanahashi kicked off 2025 against Shibata at Wrestle Dynasty. Tokyo Sports talked to Shibata, commented on Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement. There's something actually I wanted to talk about here if I can find it. So this is more about a thing was asked about who would he like to see wrestle Tanahashi, right? And so, as you guys know, Tanahashi, Shibata, and Nakamura were known as the new three Musketeers now. That's obviously Narita, Yota Tsuji, and Shota Umino. But here is what Shibata had said. He said, and I quote, "It would be indispensable. He should work Nakamura too. There are various things depending on the company, but it's true that I entered the ring today for 5 minutes. Even if it was in the form of an exhibition, I think I can move. If I move, you have to make your own way. make your own way. If you are in danger, there is no path. I think you should go with a hesitation. If there is even one such moment, when the new Three Musketeers reunite, if there is, I would love it. There are things that things Tanahashi can do with his power. I know Nakamura might not like it, said Shibata. Tanahashi and Nakamura faced each other numerous times before Nakamura signed with WWE. They clashed at New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 8, and they have not shared the ring since 2016. Do I think Shinsuke Nakamura wrestles a match for New Japan one time before Tanahashi retires? Unfortunately, I do not, because I don't know. There's always a chance. That is really up to two people. Actually, three people. It's up to Nick Khan, it's up to Triple H, and it's up to Shinsuke whether or not he wants to do it. Would I like to see it as a wrestling fan? To see to see Nakamura have one last match inside of a New Japan ring before Tanahashi retires? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Unfortunately, I do not. But I want you guys to let me know what you think. If there's a chance that match happens, now if it was they may not have it happen in New Japan. They could absolutely bring Tanahashi over to WWE one time and do a match with Nakamura there. I don't know. We'll see. So then we go into the second winner takes all match on the show. A match that got 10 more minutes than fucking Azumi Mayu Iwatani did. Mercedes Mone defending her strong championship against Mina Shirakawa's British Women's Championship of Rep Pro. Listen, I thought the match was good. I loved Mina Shirakawa throughout the match, working the leg of Mercedes. But the one thing I have an issue with, and it's the issues I have with all Mercedes matches that has happened in 2024, is them doing hitting her horrible finishing maneuver. By the way, I don't remember the fuck she calls it, but what the fuck does she call it? Anyway, I don't remember what she calls it. Anyways, I remember what the hell I was talking about now. Yeah, so the one thing I don't like about Mercedes matches in 2024 or 2025 now is she hits that move and then it's over. Like, you see people hitting their finishers on her. Like, for example, we've seen the Glorious Driver multiple times, like 3 or 4 times. I think it was 3 times. I think it was 2 or 3 times on Mercedes on this match. She kicked out on both of them. We've seen in the Hazuki match, Hazuki hit her Senton and her what was the other the move that she does? Oh my god, I should know this one. I love Hazuki. Oh my god, what is her other fucking move that she does? Anyway, she hits it out. I think Hazuki might have kicked out the I think she calls it the money maker, and I believe she did kick out. But everyone else is like, they hit it, she hits it, and it's over. I'm kind of getting tired of that. Also, I'm getting tired of them just putting titles on her. I don't give a fuck about her. This GOAT stuff has got to stop, by the way. She's not the greatest women's wrestler of all time, okay? That title belongs to Manami Toyota, okay? It's just kind of annoying. It annoys the shit out of me. It really does. And I think Mina Shirakawa deserves a lot better than that. She gets screwed over again, if I'm being honest here. She she's not had a great fucking booking when it comes to titles, right? In Stardom and New Japan or whatever. Like, for example, when she won the white belt from, oh my God, who was it? From Saya Kamatani, even though it should have been Hazuki that beat her, but that's neither here or there. She had it for like a couple days and then immediately lost it to fucking Tam Nakano, who then immediately lost it to fucking Mirai. And pissed off a lot of people, me included. And so I will be right back here. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I had to. I heard some weird noise. Anyways, the Mercedes stuff, it kind of annoyed me. I enjoyed the match. It's just I just get tired of her finishes matches by one move and it ends there. A match I did really enjoy though, David Finlay again, surprising me, beating Brody King. Brody King is fantastic, man. I think this might have been Brody King's first Tokyo Dome match, but Brody King, man. Oh man, if they don't do anything with Brody King in 2025, I'm gonna be mad as hell. They gotta belt this guy or something, because this is your next Vader guy, type of guy in AEW. I can tell you right now, if AEW doesn't do anything with Brody King, I sure as hell know WWE will do something with Brody King. Just the way, look how they booked Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed, right? So, and eventually Boba Femi too. So, but yeah, there were some nasty bumps in this match here. Brody King just wants to kill people. Okay. He does the damn his sentons that he fucking does. Just he levels people with them, and I love it. Again, and here I'm telling you, Tony Khan, give me that damn Brody King Shingo Takagi match. Yeah, I would love to see Brody King work the G1 and Buddy Matthews. If I'm being honest here, like I know we're talking about Brody King, but since Buddy Matthews was wrongfully left off the Contender Classic, I would have put him in the G1 along with Buddy Matthews, not Buddy Matthews, with Brody King. So, but yeah, this was a lot of fun here. David Finlay gets the win here. Obviously, I didn't think Brody King was going to win this match. I wanted Brody King to win here because I love Brody King, but for a 13-minute match, loved it. A good solid 3.5. Match here. So yeah, I know I didn't even give my star ratings for this match, these matches here, but I'll give them out in a little bit here. Was this next match as best than the main event? Not really. It was fine. Claudio Castagnoli loses Shota Umino. This is kind of weird ass booking here, but Shota Umino is not it. The crowd fucking just should have told you. They booed the shit out of him. They were all for Claudio Castagnoli. They did not give a single fuck about Shota Umino, and that shows here. I don't really want to spend more time talking about Shota Umino than I need to, because then if I do, I might lose some brain cells by the booking of Shota Umino. So I'm just gonna move on because I don't give a shit about Shota Umino. Love Claudio though. What I did love, though, was Tomohiro Ishii and fucking Konosuke Takeshita fucking beating the goddamn shit out of each other for 13 minutes and 30 seconds. My God. Bro, I tweeted this out last night, and I said to Yeah, but what isn't it cool though? Because I see he doesn't way too many times. He did it last year, and it was cool then. But he keeps he thinks he's John Moxley is the point he's trying to make here. I know they're in the Death Riders vortex, right? Fucking John Moxley couldn't even bother to be. John Moxley was too busy tying up old people on Collision. That's how little he gave a fuck about Shota Umino. That should tell you something. But I tweeted out about because Konosuke Takeshita has this thing about doing when he's booked to have 2 matches back to back each night. Yeah, he sends it out to himself. So you guys remember he did the Maple Leaf show where he wrestled Speedball Mike Bailey in the main event. No, I don't think it was the main event. But first night he wrestled Speedball Mike Bailey and had this incredible fucking match, right? Then he went in the next night and had this incredible match with Josh Alexander, right? Now I do think the Speedball Mike Bailey match was better than the Josh Alexander match, and I love both of them. But, however, we get to Wrestle Kingdom weekend. He has this great match with Shingo Takagi, and then this motherfucker. But then there were Tomohiro Ishii, right? And they beat the fucking piss out of each other. They beat the shit out of each other, and I loved every fucking second of it. Holy shit. I love when Ishii gives a fuck. Okay, because when he gives a fuck, he'll let you know he's gonna give a fuck, and he gave a fuck in this match. My God, I can tell you right now, if Ishii was in this, if they did this match on Dynamite, I don't know if they. Here's the thing, right, with Ishii wrestling matches, right, on Dynamite, the crowd doesn't seem to give, like, American crowds, I don't think seems to give a shit about Ishii. Yeah, so before Speedball is headed to AEW. That's the rumor mill. He is supposedly heading to AEW. But oh yeah, no, they fucking went out there and beat the shit out of each other, Jordan. I loved it. But yeah, so when Ishii's wrestling on Dynamite, for example, the Chris Jericho match, they were beating the fuck out of each other, and no one cared. Chicago did not give a shit. And Chicago is a hard crowd to please, and they didn't care. Occasionally, you'll get a crowd to care about an Ishii match. What I mean by that is an American crowd. Canadians, they're depends, but if you get Ishii in a match in Japan, the crowd's gonna eat it up, and that's what they did here. And Takeshita wins here, obviously with actually his other move, not the Blue Thunder Bomb, the fucking Michinoku driver, Death Valley driver thing, whatever. But it was great. I loved it. Takeshita defended both titles, obviously. This is when we find out that we'll come to find out he's actually signed a 1-year deal with New Japan. He won't be around all the time, but I wish he was, because I know New Japan's going to take care of him a little bit better. I love this. This match was a fucking 4-star match here. So, match I didn't really care about was the 3-way for the IWGP Tag Team titles. United Empire, which I kind of figured when I did my predictions, I had a feeling Jeff Cobb was going to be the mystery partner here. The Young Bucks, unfortunately, for some reason, now have the tag team title. I do not know why this decision was made. Unless the Young Bucks are going to be around New Japan for a while. They're clearly not, because they said they were going to go to Dynamite with the tag titles. I don't know. They're probably going to do fucking the Young Bucks versus LIJ at one of the New Japan shows coming up. I don't care about this. I don't give a shit about the Young Bucks as tag team champions. So Hirooki Takahashi's interest was pretty funny though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't know what the fuck he was wearing, but it was, but the commentary team was like, bro, what are you wearing? You know what I'm saying? But it was, it was fine. Moving on now. I'm trying to get through the rest of the show here because I need to get ready to get out of here. I've been going on for a lot of time here. Yota Tsuji defended the IWGP Global Championship against Jack Perry. It was a match. Jack Perry is not great. It's clear as day. Listen, why what? What are you talking? Who? What? Why what? What are we talking about here? Why what, John? You gotta go into detail further. Jack Perry, like I said, listen, the whole Jack Perry thing, I think Jack Perry ruined Jack Perry. The whole thing with CM Punk was the downfall of Jack Perry, if I'm being 100% honest here. I'm not going to go into the CM Punk stuff because I would get, I don't know. Because I know that will awaken some people that I don't want on my fucking channel. So I'm not going to go there. But Yota Tsuji gets the win here. What do they do with Yota Tsuji next? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who they get. Who would be next in line to face Yota Tsuji, but I would love to see it. I did hear something along the lines of Kushida possibly going after. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the answer to that one. I don't know why the Young Bucks have the tag team titles. I'm trying to figure out what Yota Tsuji does next. I wouldn't mind seeing Yota Tsuji for Jeff Cobb for the title at some point, so that'd be pretty good. All right, let's talk about the match of the fucking night. Well, a match that should have main evented the show. All right, this is the, and I put this out here. New Japan had decided to have chose this particular show to have their WrestleMania 25 moment here and WrestleMania 18 moment here, right? Where they had with their main their co-main events here. We had Kenny Omega returning to the ring after a couple months, maybe. And so I don't remember. I'm not particularly sure how many months it was, but I know it was a very long time. Against Gabe Kidd, and oh my god, Gabe Kidd became a fucking star after this match. I know for a fact people were fucking bitching and moaning about this dude, crying about him like in a way that he was like a detriment to New Japan. And now all of a sudden, he is now considered the savior of New Japan. God, this match was oh my god, I can't even fathom. Was about I can't even put into words about what I think about this match. Like, there was blood everywhere. This match was bloody as hell. Especially somebody coming back from diverticulitis. I was shocked that Kenny decided to fucking gush as much as he did. It's quite funny. John Lee puts it in the chat here and says Tanahashi was teary-eyed at the end of the match. That was quite opposite of what happened to him 24 hours earlier. The contrast of facial expressions he had from at the end of Wrestle Kingdom to the end of the Omega match is very different, which should tell you something. Man, I tell you, there was a spot that scared the shit out of me, which was Kenny Omega picking up Kidd, and he tossed his ass. And Kidd hit the side of a table and fucking just nope. So, I do love the fact that because Bryce Rimser was the referee of this match here, and I love the fact that Chris Charlton was kind of just he fucking went on. I know it was on purpose, but like there was some truths said in what Chris Charlton said here about the way they've used Okada, the way that they knew AEW took the major stars that they had, like Okada, Ospreay, and the young Kenny Omega, and who else? Jay White and all that stuff. And then some other things that they said here. I'm like, goddamn. Jordan says Kenny versus Kidd was an eye opener for me on how bad the main event scene is in it. I agree. Look at what happened on this show, particularly with Kenny and Gabe Kidd, and then compare that to whatever the fuck they're doing with the Death Rider storyline is fucking terrible. Jon Moxley, no one's gonna admit this. Even John, now people are starting to understand. And listen, I hate Vince McMahon. I fucking hate his guts. Everyone hates his guts. But he probably made the right call with some of the stupid shit that Moxley wanted to do in WWE. And he's getting free reigns to do it in AEW, and it's not helping television. It's making it worse. None of the segments that he does draw ratings at all. And I don't give a fuck now whatever their plans are, because now they're gonna possibly give Edge a fucking. The 250-year-olds are probably gonna become AEW World Champions in 2025, and that's a fucking problem. Don't get me wrong, I love Edge. Edge don't need to be winning no goddamn championships in 2025. Jeff Jarrett, I don't give a shit fucking about Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett shouldn't be an AEW. He shouldn't be a world champion. Period. He's not that great. Whatever their plans are now, scrap them. I don't give a fuck what their plans are for Darby Allin. Right? He can go climb Mount Everest in his full body cast for all I care. Whatever your plans are now, you need to make Kenny Omega the main character in AEW. Whatever the plans are now, I don't give a shit what they are. Scrap them. Belt up Kenny Omega right now. Put the title on Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega should be now the one to beat Jon Moxley. I don't give a fuck how we get there. After the performance Kenny Omega put on, coming back from diverticulitis, Kenny Omega, I really thought Kenny Omega was we were going to get a different Kenny Omega on the show, and I really thought we were going to get a toned down Kenny Omega, an Omega that can't be doing the stuff that he used to do, and he did the stuff that I thought he wasn't going to be able to do. So, belt up Kenny Omega right now. I don't give a fuck what you're doing in AEW. You can grow a set of balls and put them in another pot somewhere else. Jon Moxley, get rid of Jon Moxley. Take away Jon Moxley's creative control of this storyline, and Moxley can piss off somewhere else. He can get mad about something else. Right? Who fucking cares? Go whine about it somewhere else, Moxley. Belt Kenny Omega up right now. That's all I gotta say. I can't even review the rest of this match because I just can't. It's a masterpiece, right? This is one of those bloody masterpieces. We saw two bloody masterpieces in a week of each other. Last week, we saw a bloody masterpiece between Natsuko Toro and Micah in that no DQ match at Dream Kingdom, which I was not expecting to be as great, as fantastic as it was. When you put Natsuko Toro on a match, and I'm not expecting that type of match from her. Micah is the ace of Stardom the new ace of Stardom for a reason. But Jordan says TK has to see the fans' reactions after the match. He won't. You know he won't, because the motherfucker's dedicated to do this fucking storyline with the Death Riders, and no one gives a shit about it. Like again, I like Moxley. I respect the dude for what he's doing, but this Death Rider storyline is not working. I feel, and Solo Monster put it best. I know Solo Monster talked about it on his AEW Dynamite review. He said they had a plan. Keyword is had. They don't have a plan anymore. I really do think that at one point Shane McMahon was going to come into the storyline. I think Shane somehow got cold feet and decided nope. And now they're just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, like I said, built up Kenny Omega. And also, Gabe Kidd is another person's contract that's coming up, so we don't know. If I'm New Japan, after this performance, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure I keep Gabe Kidd under contract and sign him to a new deal. And then I would book him in the G. Would I have him win the G1? I don't know. Because I still want to see Shingo win the G1 personally. Yeah, it's just me. Or Yoda Tsuji. Those are still the two people I still want to see win the G1. However, I would not be mind if Gabe Kidd ended up winning it, but we'll see. But again, match of the night. This should have been the main event. This was their version of the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Actually, you know what? I don't think it's a fair comparison because well, he might. I don't know. We'll see. But actually, I use this more as a better comparison. Because this was like their Hogan Rock match, sort of. I'll compare it to both the Rock Hogan match in terms of a spectacle, but but use the terms of the Undertaker Shawn Michaels match as the in-ring part of it thing. Though, but then you can also add in the same situation of that being a spectacle and stuff there. So you know, but then they decided to do the WrestleMania 1825 situation where they went, hey, let's have a match people the match almost everyone on the show is looking forward to, not main event. Follow that up by the match no one actually gives a fuck about, which is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet. Nothing against Ricochet, nothing against Zack Sabre Jr., but you were never going to follow that match. I'm sorry. And they tried. They had a pretty good match, but you know why it was a pretty good match? Because it was fucking 45 minutes long. 20 minutes. By the way, Kenny Omega, Gabe Kidd, fucking 5 stars all the way. 5-star classic match. There's no. I would give it a 6-star match. Why not? I will actually. You know, I'll break Dave's scale before he does it. It's a 20-star match. 20-star, perfect wrestling match, right? This is just perfect, and I loved it. And this what made it even better was the commentary team, both playing both sides, and the crowd into it, and it was just great. And like I said, so the main event I give it 4.5-star match there. Zack Sabre Jr. Defeated Ricochet via submission to close the show. Now, what I kind of wanted to see, and this is me kind of guilt tripping myself here, but I kind of wanted to see, for shits and giggles, I joked and said I want to see Zack Sabre Jr. squash Ricochet and then Hirooki Goto come out here and cash in his match and we get the real main event of the show. I don't know what they're going to do the Hirooki Goto Zack Sabre Jr. match, but if I was booking the match, I still think Hirooki Goto should win the title, but that's just me. But yeah, that was Wrestle Dynasty. I thought Wrestle Dynasty was an excellent show. I I enjoyed Wrestle Dynasty a lot more than Wrestle Kingdom, and one of the other reasons I liked Wrestle Dynasty a lot more was it came out at a reasonable time. The pre-show was at 10 o'clock, and then the main show was at 11, and the show was over by 3 o'clock. And I'm like, why the fuck can't y'all do that for Wrestle Kingdom? So I don't understand that. If you're gonna book the Tokyo Dome, right, for January 4th, and you buy, here's what New Japan should do for this foreseeable future for Wrestle Kingdom shows. Instead of starting a show at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, and you're over by 3 o'clock in the morning, right? That's what I would have done. Anyways, so those were my reviews of all three shows: Marigold, Wrestle Kingdom, and Wrestle Dynasty. Out of the three shows, how would I rank these three shows? I would say Dynasty, I would say Wrestle Kingdom, and I would say Marigold. And so, yeah. I don't know where I would throw into the Stardom show, but yeah. In a couple hours, it is now the 6th of January. In a couple hours, history again will be made. Netflix. Raw on Netflix. I know John Elite brought this up here. What was the first question you brought up earlier? Penta shows up tomorrow. That is the plan. Pentagon Jr. debuts for WWE tomorrow. Possibly is going to save Rey Mysterio from the New Day, and they're going to sell that match with the New Day and Penta. And hopefully, because I want to see Penta turn on Rey to have that match set up here. Plan for tomorrow is to do a live watch along followed by a review. I got the stream up ready for the watch along tomorrow. Tomorrow's match card. I'll give my predictions here. The Rock's is going to be on there. I think he's going to do something with Cody Rhodes. Doesn't mean he's going to be at WrestleMania still. We still don't know what he's doing. He could do tomorrow's show and then never appear again on for the rest of the year. Depends on what he wants to do here. Main match wise, we got Logan Paul is going to be on the show. Don't know what he's going to do here. Hulk Hogan is on there for some fucking reason. If he is, I kind of want to see Gunther beat the shit out of him. And who else is going to be on the show? There's a possible appearance by Stone Cold Steve Austin. We'll see. Match-wise, we have the Tribal Combat, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa. I think Solo's going to win, because I think Drew McIntyre, even though he's going to wrestle, depending on where they put this match on, I can see Drew McIntyre screwing over Roman Reigns. But if they, I would, you know what? I can also see Roman Reigns screw over Drew McIntyre later on that night too, because Drew McIntyre is going to wrestle Jey Uso, and I personally could see Drew losing via Roma, but we'll see on that hand. Women's World Title, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Rhea Ripley is absolutely winning that title back. People need to get ready for it. Because then it's on to Rhea versus Io Sky at WrestleMania. That match, again, has been in the works and planned for WrestleMania for several months now. Time to get over it. Time for Liv fans to get the fuck over it. Becky Lynch is going to be on the show, hopefully. We'll see what she does there. There's talks of doing Rhea versus Becky one more time. I can see them doing that match at like a Royal Rumble or Saturday Night's Main Event or Elimination Chamber. Because the match is not scheduled to happen at WrestleMania. I'm just going to throw that one out right now. I think Becky's going to wrestle either Liv or Lyra Valkyria. The finals is next week, by the way. It's not on the wall of this Netflix show. And then the supposed main event still is scheduled to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think CM Punk is going to win that match. So, yeah. Anyway, that is all I got for you guys here. I will see you back here for the Monday Night Raw watch along. I don't know. I'll try to see if anybody else wants to actually join me for the watch along. Not in the chat, obviously, but on the screen with me. If you guys want to do it, just let me know. Hit me up on Twitter, Piledriver Pulse, and I will gladly have you guys join in, hang out with me for the first history making show on the Netflix here. And we'll see what happens there. But until then, I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I will see you guys back here later on for the Raw watch along. We are out.